Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're brand new. I'm very happy that you decided to join me today for another speed build, and today we are building something Italian once again because I'm still in the mood to build Italian builds in the new world, even though the pack is not as new anymore because it's been almost a month, I think, or anyway 3 weeks or something. So it's not as new as it was because I'm a slow builder. I'm really slow. It takes a lot of time for me to build. I'm also busy with university, so I'm not the fastest builder on earth, but nonetheless I'm here with a brand new build, and this time it's not inspired by Tuscany, although it might look like it, but it's inspired by the center of Italy in general, because if you go into the countryside, like also in Tuscany actually, but also in Umbria, Marche, all of these more central regions in Italy, you will find these sort of stone builds, really old, and I love these kinds of build, and I've been inside of them, inside of builds that look like it many times, so I can fairly say that I'm sort of an expert on them. Not to toot my own horn, but I mean, I've literally been inside builds like this one. So anyway, rambling aside, this time I've decided to build this thing, and it was inspired by a picture actually I found on Pinterest of, I think it's an hotel or a wedding venue, I don't remember exactly, and it's in Umbria, so in the center of Italy. Obviously I took inspiration only for the exterior, also because given that it's either an hotel or a wedding venue, I couldn't take inspiration for the interior, so the interior is completely mine, and actually also the exterior, because the only bit that inspired me was the center little part covered by a roof where I placed a round dining table. That was like my main point of inspiration for this build, and then the rest just came along swiftly. And I don't know, I just love these kinds of builds, and I hope you're not tired of seeing them, because I have a feeling that I'll be building many more builds in this style. So let me know if that's something that interests you. Also because I was planning on rebuilding the entire world of Tartosa, obviously with my own time, because I'm slow. You all know it by now, I'm really slow. But I was thinking that it would be nice to have Tartosa being rebuilt by a proper Italian simmer, because I think I just have experience with these kinds of builds, so yeah, it's just something I would like to do. So let me know what you think about that, and let me repeat this once again. Not guaranteeing they'll be ready like tomorrow because I'm slow. It took me 2 weeks to finish this build, so no promises. I will do it with my own pace. But yeah, let me know if that's something interesting, if it's something you'd like to see also on the channel, and if it's something, I don't know, you're curious about, since it's a bit of a different style and architecture in respect of, you know, the typical suburban American houses. So yeah, let me know, definitely let me know. I'm very curious to know your opinion. But let's talk a bit about this build, because at first I wanted it to be like a huge villa, but eventually the floor plan didn't make sense, since there is that little room that it's like an inside-outside dining part of the build. And so I've decided to split these two buildings into two different family homes. So the first one I'm working on, which is the one on the right side, has 2 bedrooms, an office and 2 bathrooms. And one of the bedroom has a double bed, the other one has 2 single beds, I guess. One is a lofted bed with a dresser underneath, and the other one is just a simple single bed. While the other house, which is also my favorite, and it's the second house you will see being built, I guess, that one has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So yeah, they are a bit different, but at the same time they are really similar in style, because I went for a more rustic and modern style, which as of lately is becoming my favorite style in which to furnish. I don't know, it's just so familiar for me, and also, in my opinion, so nice and cozy, and it makes the build feel like they're lived in. So that's the style I'm gravitating towards lately. I hope you are going to like this style as well. In this video you're only going to see me furnish 1 bathroom, because this build overall has 5 bathrooms and more or less they all look the same, so it felt a bit repetitive and also kind of pointless to include them all, so I've included only 1. And I've also cut out the living room of the first house, because the first house has 2 living rooms. One is upstairs and one is downstairs, where there is a television, and that one was cut out because it's nothing special really. It just has a television, a fireplace, a couch. It's also kind of small, so yeah, I've decided to cut it out. And I've also cut out the office because, once again, it's nothing special. There is just a desk, a bookcase and an easel. So I don't know, I felt like it was kind of pointless to show them, but they are there, so don't worry. These 2 houses actually are fully functional and complete. And a thing that I did in the first house, which is typical for houses in Italy, is having the living space upstairs, because the main door, the main entrance is on the 2nd floor, so it made sense that you would enter directly into the living room. So living room and kitchen are upstairs, while all of the bedrooms are downstairs. And this is something you often see in Tuscany, in Italy in general. And my granny actually has a countryside house which has access only from the 2nd floor. So I mean, you enter into the kitchen directly, straight into the kitchen, and it's on the 2nd floor. So this is not something I'm unfamiliar with, and so that's why I decided to have the floor plan in that way in the first house. While in the 2nd house I did something really peculiar, I guess, and also unique and typical at the same time, because I really wanted a sort of archway on top of the kitchen, because in these old stone houses you will often see an archway like in a bedroom. It's like a stone archway. It's probably easier to just see it in the video and understand what I'm talking about, but there are these beautiful stone archways on top of kitchen cabinets and counters, and I wanted to recreate it. So I've used an archway from, I think, Jungle Adventure, and at first I placed it at the same level as the kitchen, but then the kitchen wasn't functional. I don't know why it's like this, since it's a literal archway and Sims can walk under said archway, but it wasn't functioning, so I had to bring all of these archways in the basement and raise them up with the tool mod. You can actually do this without the tool mod as well. You just simply need to raise them with the 9 key and you'll be fine. But in this way everything is functional, and I did the same thing in the bedrooms. So both of the bedrooms in the 2nd house have this archway decoration, which is actually coming from the basement. The kind of annoying thing is that whenever you are on the 1st floor level of the house, on the ground floor, you will be able to see the archways. There's nothing I could do about it, but luckily they're not so bothersome, at least in my opinion, because yeah, they're just really slim, so they're not such a bother. At least they weren't for me. I'm really sorry if they are for you, but the fix is really simple. Just delete them if they annoy you and everything will be fine. The 2nd house, as I was saying, is absolutely my favorite house in between the 2 houses. I don't know why. I mean, I like both of them. I think the first house is unique due to the floor plan and the living area being upstairs rather than downstairs. But the second house, maybe it's for the arches, I don't know, but I just loved it so much. And at first, when I was finishing the kitchen for the second house, I was thinking that maybe a couple of grandparents lived in the second house, but then as I went on finishing, it felt a bit more youthful. So I don't know, I mean, there's no one saying that an elderly couple cannot have a modern house. I mean, go for it if you like the style. You take your house however you want, but it felt a bit more youthful, at least in my mind. I don't know why. So I think both of these houses are suitable for younger people, at least. That's what I was envisioning. But obviously it's The Sims and there are no limits in The Sims, so anyone could live in these houses. Actually, I was also thinking that maybe a big family live on this lot, like a couple of parents, younger parents maybe, and their children. With children, I mean young adults. Maybe they have children already, children of their own already, so they moved in the house next door. I don't know, that might be an idea. And unfortunately, apartments are not a thing in The Sims, like apartment lots. But I think you'll be able to make this work. And with this, I mean to have a split household living next door, or maybe with the roommate system, I don't know. You could absolutely make this work. But we are actually at the end of this video and the tour is approaching. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! Eventually the floor plan, what? I look bad today, I am sorry. Anyway, my nose is itchy. I mean,